Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like watching and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I'll talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Now with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about Derek Carr. We're going to be talking about Derek Carr, and we're also going to be talking about the New York Jets adding coach Todd Downing to the staff as well. We're going to be discussing that. Listen, we're going to start with Carr first, okay? Whew. Everyone knows I've been, very interested in the New York Jets making a move for Derek Carr as well as Aaron Rodgers, right? But Carr was a guy that I really think is a very realistic option for the Jets and a solid option. Well, Derek Carr has informed the Raiders that he will not take a trade to the Saints or any other team in the league. And he's told them that, okay? He is exercising his no trade clause. He's let them know, I'm not going anywhere. I don't care where you want to trade me. It ain't happening. I won't accept it. So that put the Raiders in a position at this point, according to all reports that we're hearing, to this point, they're going to release Derek Carr. Okay, now keep in mind, February 15th is the date that a lot of the clauses in Derek Carr's contracts turn his money into guaranteed money. And at this point, if they were to keep him after February 15th, he would be on their cap for $40 million, and we all know that the Raiders do not want that to happen. So it's looking like the Raiders will release him ahead of that date, okay? Now, keep in mind, according to reports as well, the Raiders were just looking for a third-round pick for Derek Carr when he took a meeting with the Saints, and they were just trying to get whatever they could get back for him as far as compensation, and it's looking like they're not going to get anything back for him. Also, according to reports, the Jets inquired about Derek Carr and, talked to the Raiders a little bit about him, but there was no visit scheduled between the Jets and Carr. Now, the Raiders played this about as bad as you could play it. They played it about as bad as you could play it, man. Of course, Carr wasn't with the team the final 2 games of the season. He was benched and then, kept away from the team because they didn't want him to be a distraction. And that really rubbed him, the wrong way. It completely created a divide between him and the team and caused way more issues than there already were. We know the Raiders have a long history of being dysfunctional, but this just took it to another level, especially when he was sent home, and kept away from the football team. So when you look at the situation, right, Derek Carr has all the leverage. That's what he had. And he played his hand, and now the Raiders are looking like they're not going to get anything. Now, he's very unhappy with the franchise. We know that. The franchise isn't happy with him. Now they're going to part ways. Now, a lot of people think that he did this to stick it to the Raiders, and he may have, right? Of course, well within his right to do so. But I also think that he did this because whatever team he decides to go to, if he wants to, really see success and allow them to continue to build, that capital that they could have spent on him, whether it be a third-round pick or whatever, they can keep that. He can still go there, and they can continue to build for the future with that capital. So actually, when you look at it for Derek Carr, and he's talked about this, after a skills challenge, he was talking to different people that interviewed him, and he said making the best decision for him and his family. So whatever team that he's going to go to, he wants them to continue to be able to build. And they can do that by keeping the draft capital and just signing him to the type of cash that he wants. Now, here's the deal. The thing that makes him very attractive for the New York Jets is, clearly, when he's released, you won't have to give up any compensation to grab this guy. Nothing, right? All you have to do is pay him. That's the big concern for me with the Jets, is that there's going to be a bidding war. And I know that a lot of Jets fans don't believe that there will be because, again, we haven't had a franchise quarterback in so long that a lot of Jets fans think that you can get a franchise quarterback for 2 bags of chips and a half-eaten honey bun. And that's not how it works in this league anymore. Quarterbacks are the face of your franchise. They're the most important piece in all of football. If you don't have one, you're going to be in trouble. We've been here for a long time because we haven't had a quarterback, and we've been in trouble for a long time. Let me tell you, I watched the guy, you look at Deshaun Watson, big questions about him off the field, right? He was a guy that a lot of people were saying probably wouldn't play football again. The Browns were so hungry right, for a quarterback. They traded capital and paid him $46 million a season. Dak Prescott, there's a lot of questions about him now after these playoffs. There's rumors swirling that he might be on the market, that the Cowboys might be looking to move on from him. He's getting paid $40 million per season. Kirk Cousins is talked about constantly as being like, as inconsistent as you can get, an up and down quarterback. A lot of people have questions about him. Some people think he's completely trash. He's getting paid $35 million per season. Carson Wentz, who everybody thinks is like trash at this point, right? He's getting paid $32 million a season, okay? These are guys that are quarterbacks, that are starters, that are going in and getting business done, and they're getting paid. If you don't think that Derek Carr is going to, get a bidding war, with so many of these teams being hungry for quarterbacks, and you look at the vast majority outside of the Raiders, because he's not going to go back there, there's going to be a bidding war for Carr, and a lot of people are going to be invested and be in on it. And I'm just wondering if the Jets, are going to be able to close the deal before the bidding war gets far too high. All right, he's already getting paid $40 million, and once he gets released from the Raiders, he's definitely going to want, north of that. To continue forward with another team. So we'll see what happens. But to this point, Derek Carr looking like he's going to be released. All right. So now we're going to talk about Coach Todd Downing. Coach Todd Downing has been hired by the New York Jets. Now, he was the former offensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans. He's being brought into the New York Jets facility to be the passing game coordinator. All right. Now, the interesting thing about Downing is he has a lot of connections. Okay. He has connections to Derek Carr. He used to be Derek Carr's quarterback coach, okay? And he did some offensive, work there as well with the Raiders. Now, keep in mind, when Derek Carr was there, because he was the quarterback coach 2015, 2016, went on to do other offensive stuff within the Raiders franchise too. 3 Pro Bowls were seen by Derek Carr with Downing there, on the staff with him. So that says something. So if Carr's a guy that we're targeting, we have a guy on the staff that he has familiarity with. He also worked with Nathaniel Hackett as well. They spent time with the Bills. Now, a lot of Jets fans are jumping all over them because they brought this guy in that they think is not good because, again, he got fired by the Titans. His offense did take a nosedive, especially after that second year. They had a bad year, right? But he also had a DUI November 18th and spent, I think, 48 hours in jail because of it. Look, okay? Now, this stuff is in the past. But we also have to keep in mind that when you look at his offense and the lack of success that they had at the tail end, he's not going to come here and be the offensive coordinator. He's a guy that's going to come in here and add to the gumbo, all right, as the offensive minds that we have in the building. Nathaniel Hackett is our offensive coordinator. So he's going to be our passing game coordinator. When you look around the league, a lot of successful offensive minds in this league surround themselves with guys that understand NFL offense and understand how to put players in the best position to succeed. And that's what we're doing here now that we've moved on from Mike LaFleur. So I don't think that this was a L. I think that this was a solid move by the Jets to bring in a guy, that has experience again as a coordinator and also can come in and help us and can come in and really allow the Jets offense to benefit from a lot of his knowledge. Because again, Nathaniel Hackett is the guy calling plays. He's our offensive coordinator. So I don't have an issue with this move. I like this move. I like him being brought in. I think it was a good move by the Jets. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about Carr, being released? What are your thoughts about him and the Jets, being able to get a deal done? Do you think it would happen? Are you concerned about the bidding war like I am? And what are your thoughts about Todd Downing being brought in to be the New York Jets passing game coordinator? Comment down below. Let's go back and forth. You folks have a good one. Peace.